I'm making forced meatballs, and that's sort of a leftover dish to make for the 19th century. And this one is especially yummy because I've picked out what ingredients I want to have in it. This is a great dish to serve to volunteers, and or if you want to make a period type dish in your home, it'll go over great with your family. First, I have a couple of cups of shredded beef and a couple cups of shredded chicken and just about a cup of crumbled bacon. And I would like to note there was more bacon earlier, but it didn't make it into the bowl for some reason. I have about a teaspoon of mace, about a teaspoon of nutmeg, and about just a big pinch of salt. And then I'm going to add 2 eggs. And I like to keep a lot of towels with me whenever I'm doing a cooking demo. I take at least 10 with me wherever I go because I always get messy hands. And then this is the fun part. We're going to mix everything together with our hands. Sometimes my meat is drier than other times, and I might add more eggs, or if it's especially moist, I might just do 1 egg. I don't know for sure, but I would guess because you have to force them together. They're not just a ball of beef or whatever. It's a combination of things that you've forced together. The funny thing about doing forced meatballs for demos is people often mishear you and think you're saying horse meat. Not at all. We made about 22 meatballs with that mixture, and I don't expect to have any leftovers.
Fire sanitary, right?
Yeah. I think so.
Is that horse meat?
Force meat with F. Chris says the same thing as Bern. He says, if you asked your grandma if she likes burned biscuits, she would say no, she likes them toasty. Together probably about 1.5 cups. So I'm going to let that render down and hopefully get hot enough to fry by the time the meatballs are ready to go in. Looks like it's melting pretty well. Okay, I'm going to check my grease first by just putting a tiny little pinch of some of the meat in there and seeing if it fries. I can see my grease is ready. See how it's bubbling there? The most important part about making these meatballs is once you put them into the grease, let them be. Don't try to stir them around for a while because if you stir them, they'll crumble and fall apart. And if you want the meatballs to stay together in a ball, you need to let it set before you turn it over. And this recipe tastes great when fried in lard or suet. Both of them have a unique flavor, but very good either way. Oftentimes after I make these meatballs, after they come out of the grease, I'll fry some fried cornbread in the grease. A real simple mixture of milk and cornmeal, egg, salt, and a little bit of sugar. And then you fry them very much the same way I'm doing with these meatballs. And that puts your grease to double use. Check on the meatballs by just pushing on a couple of them and seeing if they stay together. And if they do stay together, then I'll start turning them. Yes. Grab another. Okay, so that one's a little light. So I'm going to wait a little bit longer to turn the rest of these. I'm going to turn this because I feel like the back side of this pan is not getting hot enough. I try to spread out the coals as much as I can underneath the pan. And then when you're working with fire, sometimes you're just living on a prayer.
That's great. I don't know what more